Nurses, what's the most disturbing thing you've seen on the job? I remember I once hated a terminal kid I was assigned to. Usually they're sweet, and the thought of them dying makes you want to tear up. But this one? Well, let's just say that sometimes even I couldn't stop myself from fantasizing about his death. But there was one thing that always stood out to me. I would see him treating me horribly, but then turn around and act like a golden child towards every other nurse. On multiple occasions, he would fake a cardiac episode by holding his breath, clutching his chest, and mimicking convulsions. Or whenever I tried to administer meds orally, he'd spit them in my face and yell, "Oops, my bad," before laughing like it was the funniest thing in the entire world. But none of that could stop me from being kind, because I had decided a long time ago, before I had even met Mikey, that I was always going to show compassion to the kids, no matter what. But when he noticed that he could do whatever he wanted and still be treated nicely, things got worse. One time when I had just finished a 15-hour shift, he pulled down his medical diaper and smeared feces on the wall. The cleaners weren't around, so I had to be the one to clean it up. He literally laughed as he watched me wipe his crap, and when tears welled up in my eyes, he started laughing even harder. At least you're brightening up his day, I tried to tell myself, but the more his physical health deteriorated, the more creative he got. One day, he took out his huge iPad and filmed me. He didn't even try to hide it. The flash instantly gave it away. I figured he was just trying to push my buttons, so I just forgot about it. But at the end of the day, people were giving me dirty looks. I genuinely had no idea what was going on, and that's when my friend pulled me aside. Turns out, Mikey had airdropped everyone a deepfake AI photoshopped video of me smoking a cigarette, right beside the window, inside the hospital. Again, tears filled my eyes, because back then, I was sensitive, the type to take everything personally. And I guess Mikey caught me, because by the time I had stopped and looked over at him, there was something new on his face. His eyebrows were drawn together and turned slightly upward. I saw him chewing on the inside of his lips. It looked like guilt. At this point, things weren't too hectic in the hospital, so I walked over to him and simply asked if he needed anything. "I'm sorry," he whispered. He couldn't even make eye contact with me. I tilted my head at him, as if to ask what exactly he was apologizing for. I shouldn't have listened to my mom. My eyebrows furrowed, but I was scared that if I said anything, he'd get too scared to finish. So I stayed silent for 2 minutes. She told me if I was nice to you, she'd stop visiting. Please don't tell her I said that. Alarm bells were going off in my head. A deep rage clawed at my spine. His mother was blackmailing him, a terminally ill, completely defenseless child. He went completely silent and just started fidgeting like he had been caught doing something wrong. I just held his hand. "It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong, and your secret is safe with me." He nodded. I held a picture-perfect smile, but behind it, I was itching to get to the bottom of it all. Over the next few days, I went through every file we had on him, and something stood out to me. He had been through 15 specialists in the last 3 years. He's on heavy-duty meds that don't even match his diagnosis. And there was a list of long suspected autoimmune disorders given by the mother. My blood went cold. No way. My mind instantly went into procedure mode. I asked Mikey if he's noticed anything weird since getting terminally ill. Not really. I pretty much feel the exact same way since I was born. Just more tired, I guess, and less hungry. But mommy doesn't like when I talk like this. I scanned his eyes, and I instantly noticed the childlike fear that filled them. I asked him if he wanted to try and walk with me, and he nodded. We ended up walking around the outdoor area, and every hallway. This was something that was basically impossible for a terminally ill child. While outside, he ran into another kid playing football by themselves and joined in. At that point, I had been surrounded by terminally ill kids for years. The way he was running, the smile on his face, his posture, and that's when I knew he wasn't sick. Not even a little bit. I tried to keep a bit of skepticism until the mother came in the next day. She practically hissed at anyone who came within a 20-foot radius of Mikey and said 100 times how sad it is that he's going to die soon, how he needs to rest. It was a textbook case of Munchausen by proxy. For those who don't know, it's when someone fakes a disease, in this case the mother faking Mikey, so that they can receive benefit money, attention. Suddenly, everything made complete sense. I wanted to smack his mom face to the floor and watch as she caught an actual deathly illness, but instead, I just waved her goodbye and smiled, because before ruining her life, I had a duty to prioritize Mikey's safety. The rest of the full video is on my channel and linked below.